The best possible is a 50, 5-0. 5 judges watching. And Matt Ribot, when you talk about international competitors, no international rider has ever won Freestyle Moto, the Freestyle Moto Comp. He was a silver medalist last year. He's the closest anybody has ever been.
And that seems like a surprise to me. You know, the international guys really came big on the scene a few years ago. And before that, it was very much in American sports, not so anymore. And you look at the number of international guys in this field, and that huge look-through kiss of death that Ribot does on the 115.
And Ribot, solid. You can see the top right of your screen in the yellow box. That is his run time. Each rider with 60 seconds. Prior to that 60, here's a little bit of a different line.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great line for Ribot. The judges are giving more points for originality on the course, and I thought that was a great line that Ribot used. He's one of the only riders using this, a one-handed takeoff going to seat grab. A little bit hard on the landing there, but not because he's long or short, it's just it's a hard landing.
What was nice there, before he went into that, he actually held his hand up as he was going around the corner to let the judges understand what he was up to. I don't think this is actually going to count. When he came into that new line and then he backflipped, you know, he didn't get much off the bike there because I think he had a bit of a rough transition into that takeoff. So the risk didn't really pay off there for Ribot.
So Ribot, a solid run. He wanted a better 39. There you see Jeremy Stenberg, Twitch, doing some stretching exercises. Next to him, Nate Adams. Those guys are good buddies. And they will be in our final heat of 4. Now Todd Potter looking to better 34. He has 2 of those. Right now he's sitting in the 4th position. It's a great place to be. And Potter waving, waving to the crowd.
Claiming it.
You know, when he's having fun, he is just a great rider. When he starts to get a little twisted, he's not a great rider. He needs to mentally really be in his game, in that zone. Sometimes he falls out of it.
Well, there, look, example of Potter falling out of his zone. He got just a regular flip on the 115 there, didn't get any kind of trick. And as he came up to that dirt takeoff, he decided to pull out. So I think we'll get a little bit of showboating now from Potter, but this one is going to be his low score. What a huge whip, Todd Potter.
Well, I'm not a mathematician, but he is sitting in 4th place right now. Mason's already above him in points, and Mason's the only guy left to go in this heat. So Todd is locked into the next round of semifinals. Even if he loses to the 4 guys in the next heat, he's in, doesn't matter. So Potter is in the game and putting in a lame run that time. Just call it what it is. But 2 good runs with scores of 34. Whoa. We'll have him transferring. And we'll wait for this score. It's a precursor to nothing. It's not going to do anything for him. But he's still saluting the crowd at 19. Not good for Potter. But hey, he'll be back. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. New Goodyear Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas, people. This is a good thing. If you can conserve fuel, we can help do so many great things. You gotta love it. And the next rider will be the last rider in this heat of 4 riders, but we have 4 more riders coming immediately following. And this is Mike Mason, Carson City, Nevada, part of the NVHC, Nevada Hardcore, right? That's their group?
Nevada Hardcore, the 775 group. Let's see if Mason can really just step it up a little bit in this run.
I like that underflip there.
And it's funny how many of the guys actually now have that underflip in the arsenal of tricks.
And they're kind of quietly bringing it in. It's not like they're beating their chest, but it really is a great trick. Huge!
He was looking for that in his last run, but he just held on and did the big Superman. That let go is so scary.
Frightening. And watching Mason, you can see the dirt is very hard. There's not a lot of grip out there. And solid tricks, though. Everything's solid so far from Mace. But as we said, Mason is number 2 right now with a 38 and a 34. Looking to better a 34. he's virtually in. It's the next round of guys that's really important for them to put in great performances. So right now, Mason getting kind of a free look at the course, but putting down a great run.
It may be a free look, but he's doing really well.
So Mason calling it. That will end run 3 for all 4 riders in what we are calling the third heat. One more heat of 4 in freestyle MotoX. And we're going to check out how they're stacking up. The man on the virtual bubble is Thomas Pages in 8th. Very scary place to be setting. Don't want to be there. And right now, let's go back over to Jimmy and see what's happening in the park.
Well, it's heating up big over here, Cam, in the park final. And
there you have it, the floor of the Home Depot Center. Nate Adams is getting into his first run there. The top 8 that would transfer as it stands right now. Thomas Pages from France, the man on the bubble. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series rolls on at Pocono, presented by Old Spice. Can 3-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson capture his 4th win of the season? I think so, people. But gonna have to beat everybody else to do it. Coverage begins on ESPN Sunday with NASCAR Countdown, 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Let's get back to freestyle motocross because that's what I'm ready to talk about, people. And we've got some big scores coming in from this, the 4th and final group of 4. Adam Jones, highest score in elimination from run number 1 of 43. Let's take a look because Jones has 3 freestyle medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze, and he knows how to get it done.
Adam Jones really is a great rider. When he can put the whole thing together, he's almost unstoppable. I say almost because we just saw such an amazing run from Nate Adams, who has now moved up to have the highest single score. He's got a 44 versus the 43.
He had to really slow that flip down right there. There was a lot going on in that flip. I think he got too much of it, then he couldn't do a trick, and he still over-rotated it a bit.
Yeah, and you see it looked like it hurt his hands. He was shaking his hands there, so...
And had to re-rack that corner.
Yeah, this is going to be a low score for Adam Jones, but it gives him a little bit of a chance to kind of test out the course, a little extra practice time here because he will have 1 more run left. It's the best 2 out of 3 runs, so this is just practice time for Adam Jones.
And low I be corrected, Nate Adams has a 44 on his first run. So Nate Adams with the biggest score thus far. This is a big hitters field right here. Heat number 4, the final grouping. 8 will advance. You just watch Adam Jones, who does have an X Games gold. And again, not getting a trick. He's doing a backflip.
He's practicing now. He's feeling